I.S.U.P.K.
We want no cowards in our camp, in our camp. Only men prepare to die. We want no cowards in our camp, in our camp. Never let their brothers die. We want no cowards in our camp, in our camp. Only men prepare to die.
What this brother bringing out is so heavy. You understand? The brother said, you know how much they would have to hate you to shoot you on camera right now. And I was thinking about this the other day. When that brother in Atlanta got killed by that cop, right? Like, you got to think about it. That cop, after everything that's going on in America right now, after all the 4 police get arrested in Minneapolis, right? They get arrested, they facing murder charges, and there's protests and looting all over the country, all over the United States. There's protests in every state. All 50 states are the protests about police brutality and justice for black people, Black Lives Matter and all that. After all that, this police officer still, right? He still gets into a confrontation with a black man, you understand, is ready to arrest him. It doesn't even trigger in his mind, I may need to use some judgment. I may need to be a little careful about what I do right now. Right. With everything that's going on, you think, like even a normal person sees something happen and they be like, oh damn, that could have been me. Shoot, I could, okay, I'm a police officer. I could get arrested for doing something like that. I'm in them situations all the time. Right. Let me use some judgment. After everything that's going on, he still goes to arrest the brother. The brother runs away from him. He still pulls out his gun and shoots him 3 times in the back. Right. You understand? So what the brother's saying is heavy because you understand that this is a perpetual hatred that comes from the Bible. Right. We understand our oppressor hates us, man. Damn right. You understand? Like, you were fooling America thinking you don't have any enemies. Right. You understand? Your oppressor is your enemy. Right. There is no changing him. Like I said, like the brother said, after everything that's happened, that officer still shot him in the back when the brother was running away. Right. You think he'd be like, know what, let me stop, let me call another unit, let me call the K9 unit that they love so much. Right. The brother's already drunk, falling asleep in his car. The most he do is get up the block, run out of the wind, and be trying to hide behind a bush or something. Right. He's not armed and dangerous. Right. He hasn't committed any real crime. You understand? The brother drank a little too much and was slumped over in his car and ran away from the police. Because God forbid, the police got to do any type of real police work. Right. You might have to call in the K9 unit, the dog sniff them out, you understand? But even that, our oppressor will let a dog maul you to death. Right. So they damn near don't have the capacity to have any type of humanity for our people. You understand? Right. And the only way that we get our own humanity is we got to separate from the people that abuse us. Right. You understand? Right. The civil rights movement was a joke, man. That's right. Joining on to your oppressor, like that only brings you death. Right. Your so-called leaders like Martin Luther King, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, they've done a great disservice to black people, man. Right. A great disservice. Right. They led you to the man that's trying to destroy you instead of separate you. Right. Like if you're supposed to be like a father figure, you're supposed to be a leader. You understand? If you have children, and your children are being bullied and abused in a situation at the park or at school, you wouldn't push them to keep going. You understand? You tell them either one, stand up for themselves or separate from them people. Play somewhere else, man. Right. Like if you can't get along with them, you gotta play somewhere else. It's time for black people, we gotta play somewhere else, man. That's right. We can't live with our oppressor. Right. And if you do any type of history, there's no type of freedom you get from marching with your oppressor. You understand? You can't find a nation on the earth who's got any type of freedom from joining hand to hand with the people that destroyed them. And that's the myth. Like that's the myth with black people, is that we're looking for real justice or equality. Even the idea of equality It's ridiculous because the scripture says we're supposed to rule over all the nations. We're the greatest people on the earth, the most creative, the most talented, the most physical. You understand? We're not supposed to be equal to any people on the earth. We're supposed to rule over them and teach them how to live. We're the most kind-hearted and loving people on the earth, and because we don't have these laws, statutes, and commandments, and we're not coming back to our true culture, that kindness, you understand, and being the Israelites, it really does us a disservice because we give all our love to our enemy. You understand? We don't stand on our own too. You understand? Like the myth of we want real justice, what black people want, man, honestly, and we got to be honest with each other as a nation, that way we can change. What black people truly want, they want to be able to eat their pork, smoke their weed, and have sex with a whore in peace. They just want the white man to be nice to them. They just want to be able to sin and be a sinner all through the earth without the white man bother them, without being harassed by the police. But what you don't understand, when you eat your pork and smoke your weed and have sex with your whore, and Most High sends your oppressor to you to destroy you. Like he don't come, like the Most High ain't coming personally. He's the Most High. He'll send a nation from far to destroy you. We have to understand, we spent hundreds of years loving our enemy. But we should have spent those years studying our enemy. Don't you know protesting and begging the so-called oppressor, you understand? It doesn't do anything but make him more angry, make him want to hurt you more. Like he's a sick maniac. So you crying and begging and singing and dancing makes him more angry. It doesn't say, you know, we should, you know, we should let some of these brothers for non-violent crimes go. For a little weed, we should let them go. They want to lock you up more. The Most High had to step in and put in the COVID-19 to allow some type of mercy for these brothers to come out these jails, to come out these prisons, man. Because they're not violent brothers. They living in destruction in America, so they smoke a little weed. You understand? They getting high, man. They're destroyed, self-medicating themselves. You understand? We got to understand this, man. Give me that when you got it.
Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Understand, the Most High said he was going to scatter us among all people. Go ahead.
From one end of the earth, even unto the other.
From one end of the earth to the other. You understand? We're all over the United States. We're all over America. You understand? We are North America, South America, the West Indian Islands. You understand? All the Jamaica, Haiti. We are in all these places, man. Go ahead.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
You understand? In these lands, we was going to serve other gods. You understand? Now, smoking marijuana, I know you're trying to fight, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to fight the depression and everything you got going on in America. But when you smoke marijuana, you are serving another god, man. You become a Rastafarian, you become another god. You understand? You follow all your, you know, your celebrities and everything, thinking everything is all right. You can smoke a little weed. Your oppressor pushes it like it's all right. But you understand that you're destroyed in America from smoking weed, man. Weed is a muscle relaxer. Weed makes you very complacent, and weed is the thing that makes you go sing and dance at a protest, hold hand in hand. Black man, you are not a hippie. You cannot live like a white man getting high, trying to hold hands, you know, with your oppressor, trying to protest in front of, for the life of me, you protesting in front of the National Guard, in front of, you know, the riot police. They got masks, batons, shields and everything, full out ready for war. And you want to dance in front of the police. Like, black man, it's time to wake up, man. We can't live like that. Let's go.
Nor thy fathers have known even wood and stone.
You understand? The scripture said we would serve wood and stone. What's the wood? The wood is that Christian cross we like to bow down to every Sunday. Like, think about it. You fighting for justice, you fighting against an oppressor, but then follow the religion that he taught you. You understand? Not the Bible, but a religion that he taught you. He taught you just to get beat. He taught you just to get dogs sicked on you. He taught you to get water hosed and just sing about it and pray for a better day. You understand? But the scripture says you're supposed to separate from the men that do that. Read on.
Verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, either shall the sole of thy foot have rest. but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart.
You understand? Amongst these nations, we'll find no ease, man. That's why we still haven't found any ease, man. It's been 100 years, 50 years, 60 years since the civil rights movement, and we ain't found no ease, man.
Right. That's right.
You understand? When we gonna wake up, when we gonna find out we have to try something different? We done tried protesting, we done tried marching. Listen, we gotta do the one thing we haven't been willing to do, and that's come back to the law, statute, commandments of the God of Israel, man.
Right.
The black man's God, the Hispanic man's God, and the North American Indian man's God, man.
That's right.
That's what we have to do. We have to stop being whores. We have to stop being homosexuals. You understand? Like, if you look at the protests, black people are everything they've been taught to be by weak leadership. Now we come out here every weekend since 1969. We've been telling our people we got to wake up. We've been teaching our people who their enemy is. Stop following religion. Stop living a wicked sinner's lifestyle. And we come out from every weekend since 1969. Now a brother gets killed by the police, and now all of a sudden all these protests pop up. Know who you are? You're just the offspring of Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. They only come up when something happens that they can benefit from. And if you look at these protests, black people are not about to benefit from this. You understand? It's our oppressor that benefits from this. You understand? You look at these, all the looters and everything that's going on, man. That's big business to our oppressor, man. You understand? So I'm gonna give the mic back to this, but I just want to bring it out how he's saying, well, it's so heavy because, listen, if one thing doesn't work, then it's time to try something else. That thing to try is follow the laws of our God.
We want no cowards in our camp,